Bridges are essential in our daily lives, as we all know. Cities and the roads that connect people rely on bridges heavily. Take, for example, our major bridges in our diocese, the Braga Bridge, the Bourne Bridge, the Sagamore Bridge. They are the lifelines of our diocese, connecting different deaneries together. But hear the story of a complex bridge that is not in our diocese or in the United States. Our bridge to eternity from this present world is our Lord Jesus Christ. But if people don't know him, they won't trust him. And if we are Jesus' ministerial activity in this world, then we need to help build that trust. That means it is time for us to build simple bridges from us to Jesus to help people cross that bigger bridge from this world to the next. A person is more likely to trust Jesus if he or she had an encounter or a positive experience with Jesus Christ, with his church, with one of his disciples, with something identifiably Christian, like a movie, a show that depicts the life of Jesus, a song talking about Jesus or an attribute of his ministry, a story about his life, miracles, his teachings, or a situation in which something profound happened that may connect them in a positive way to Christian values. Sherry Weedle shares the story of her non-Christian friend who connected with Linus's narration of Jesus' nativity in A Charlie Brown Christmas. In A Charlie Brown Christmas, this small moment was the bridge that connected him to Christianity because he trusted the cartoon. This small moment allowed her friend to detect the goodness of Christmas based on the narrative that he heard. Did it cause him to surrender his life to Jesus immediately? No, definitely not immediately, but eventually. Now, if Linus's narration of the Nativity and Charlie Brown's Christmas can be a bridge, then we can also be a bridge. This trust now is not the same as personal faith. Trusting is simple. Just because someone trusts doesn't mean that they're bought in. What they need is to cross the threshold, cross that bridge. So once we've identified or constructed our own trust bridge, how do we get them across? How do we get them to cross the threshold from not just trusting, but eventually getting over to the other side? Well, we help them by our actions. If they trust us and see us crossing the bridge, they'll join us. But first, we need to be authentic in our relationships and loving in our approach. And our approach may only need to be 2 minutes at a time. Did you know that 2 minutes can potentially change a life? 2 minutes a day for 10 interactions can potentially change a person's life. Here's the strategy. Choose one person whom you would like to strengthen your relationship with. Select when you're going to approach that person: before Mass, after Mass, at the beginning of CCD, right after CCD, or confirmation prep. Just pick a time. Find that person and start a simple conversation. Nothing big. In fact, those conversations should be brief. 2 minutes, tops. Don't set your timer, but gauge it. 2-minute conversation. It should also be about the person you're talking about. Invite them to share something non-academic, non-catechetical with you about their life. Allow them to see you listening to who they are and what they have to say. In the conversation, be honest. Model transparency. Be authentic. Share something personal about you that's non-CCD related. This 2-minute conversation across 10 interactions will change the way a person perceives you and is more likely to trust you. And if they trust you, then you've become a bridge to them, crossing into the life of Jesus. Bridges are essential in our daily lives, but one has to trust that bridge's ability to bear the weight that they are carrying, or else no one would cross it. The bridge is a pathway for a traveler to get from point A to point B. But if they don't cross, they'll never see the second destination. My first youth minister's name was Ms. Martin. Never called her Mrs. or Ms. I always mispronounced it. It was just Ms. Martin. She wasn't from our neighborhood. She wasn't from our socioeconomic background. She was someone that just wanted to serve the heart of the gospel. She would work to earn our trust. We didn't remember not much of any of the catechetical stuff that she taught us. However, we did remember her. We did trust her with everything in our lives, our personal stories, our drama, our baggage, everything. So much so that it led to our conversion. And see, we can't tell you what lesson she put before us, but we can tell you about the life of Ms. Martin. She remained with us. She heard us. She would have conversations one-on-one and in a group. She was our bridge to knowing Jesus. I'm inviting you to be the bridge. Be the bridge that connects the people you minister to the person whom we are announcing, Jesus Christ. Thank you for watching.